Welcome dear students. Now in this particular session we are going to discuss about the experimental verification of Ohm's law. Now in the previous presentation we discussed about Ohm's law. Now what is Ohm's law? Ohm's law is a relationship between the amount of current flowing in a metallic conductor and the potential difference across its two terminals or ends when the physical conditions like temperature, pressure, length of the conductor and area of cross section remain unchanged. Right. So this was established by George Simon Ohm, who was a German scientist. Now how we can verify whether this particular relationship which Ohm established is correct or not? So this is an experimental verification of Ohm's law, right? And this is very important. Also, many times in the board exams it has come and it regularly comes, so it is very important for all of us to understand. So this is experimental verification of Ohm's laws. For experimental verification we have to set up an electrical circuit like this. So let us see what are the steps which are required. Connect a battery, rheostat, ammeter, voltmeter, key and fixed resistor through connecting wires in a manner like this. Now this is, as you know, is a battery because there are two cells which are connected, right? Now this bigger bar is for positive terminal and this is the negative terminal, right? So this is a battery because it is combination of two cells. This is a key, right? Now it is open circuit, off, but when I put a dot, that means it is now on, right? And when it is on, the current starts flowing. Now this is I, that is the amount of current. This is ammeter. Ammeter is always connected in series. It will measure the amount of current which is flowing through this circuit. Now this is a fixed resistor. We have to measure the potential drop across this resistor, and this potential drop will be measured by the voltmeter which is connected across this fixed resistor across the points P and Q. So when the current will travel through this resistor, what is the difference in the potential, what is the drop in the potential energy of the charges will be measured by this voltmeter, right? So when the current goes here, it will be bifurcated, divided, very less amount of current will flow through this voltmeter because voltmeter has very high resistance, so most of the current will pass through this resistor. Now it will go through this, and this is a variable resistor. Variable resistor is also known as a rheostat. Rheostat is also known as a current controller. So by changing the amount of the resistance through the rheostat, we can change the amount of current, and for different amount of current we will measure the amount of potential drop in the resistor, right? So what is the second step? Now make a observation table. So we have to make an observation table in which there would be around 4 columns, right, and about 6 rows. So first is for serial number of the observation or the reading, second is the voltmeter reading, third is the ammeter reading, and fourth is the ratio between V and I, that means the voltmeter reading and the ammeter reading. Voltmeter reading is always in volts and the ammeter, that means the current, is always in ampere, right? And V by I, you know, is resistance, which should be constant, right? So make an observation table. So this type of observation table you have to make, and you have to take readings. Now how to take reading? Change the value of current in the circuit. How can you change the value of current? There can be two options. First, by changing the amount of potential difference, but we do not have this facility, we do not want to change the source of potential difference. Then the second option is by changing the resistance through the rheostat, and that is why rheostat is known as a current controller, because when we do not change the potential difference through the source of potential difference, then we can change the value of current through the circuit or the conductor by changing the resistance of the circuit through a rheostat, right? So when we keep the rheostat setting to the minimum, अगर हमने तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट में आपने देखा है कि जो करंट मिनिमम है, तो हमने क्या किया, सबसे पहले मैक्सिमम पे रेजिस्टेंस रखा, उसका रियोस्टैट का मैक्सिमम रेजिस्टेंस रखा. सो व्हेन मैक्सिमम रेजिस्टेंस इज देयर, वी फाइंड द अमाउंट ऑफ करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू द एमीटर. हमने एमीटर की रीडिंग नोट की तो कितनी आई, 0.5 एम्पियर, और हमने वोल्टमीटर की रीडिंग यहाँ पे देखी, कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग रीडिंग दैट वाज 1.5 वोल्ट. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट रीडिंग, पहली रीडिंग हो गई। अब क्या किया हमने, इसका रेजिस्टेंस हमने थोड़ा सा कम कर दिया, वी हैव रिड्यूस द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द रियोस्टैट। सो रेजिस्टेंस जब रिड्यूस होगा फॉर द सेम अमाउंट ऑफ पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस, तो करंट क्या हो जाएगा, प्रोपोर्शनली इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। सो यू सी व्हेन वी रिड्यूस द रेजिस्टेंस द करंट इंक्रीजेस, करंट इंक्रीज हो गया। तो करंट की रीडिंग हम लोगों ने ली, उसके बाद सेकंड जैसे हमने उसको रियोस्टैट को चेंज किया, रेजिस्टेंस कम किया, हमने एमीटर की रीडिंग ली, एमीटर की रीडिंग थी 1 एम्पियर। जब इसमें 1 एम्पियर करंट फ्लो कर रहा था, कोरोस्पॉन्डिंग रीडिंग ली हमने वोल्ट मीटर की थी, वोल्ट मीटर की रीडिंग थी 3 वोल्ट्स। ठीक है, अब हमने क्या किया, अब हमने इस रियोस्टैट का रेजिस्टेंस और कम कर दिया, और कम किया, और उसके बाद फिर से हमने एमीटर की रीडिंग ली, एमीटर की रीडिंग थी अब 1.5 एम्पियर, और वोल्ट मीटर की कोरोस्पॉन्डिंग रीडिंग थी 4.5 वोल्ट्स। फिर हमने उसका रेजिस्टेंस और कम किया, है ना, वी फर्दर रिड्यूस द रेजिस्टेंस of rheostat, then the value of current now is 2 ampere and the corresponding reading in the voltmeter is 6 volts, right? And this particular is V by I। तो हमने क्या किया, जो corresponding reading है V by I, V by I, V by I and V by I, हमने इन सब की रीडिंग्स का क्या किया, एक रेशियो ले लिया, and you can see the ratio is 3 and you know what is V by I? V by I equals to R, that means resistance. And what is resistance? Resistance is a constant of proportionality, so the ratio of V by I should always be the same, and here you can see it is the same, right? Now what is the final step to verify Ohm's law? We have to plot a graph between the potential difference and current. So take 4 to 5 readings and plot a VI graph. So here we have taken V, potential difference on the Y axis and the current on the X axis. So if the graph is a straight line, if it is a straight line, it verifies, a straight line in the VI graph verifies Ohm's law. And here you can see this line is a straight line, because you can see here the ratio between V and I is constant. So when the ratio is constant, this line, when you will plot on this VI graph, will be a straight line, and a straight line in the VI graph verifies Ohm's law. Now if you take the slope of this VI graph, आपने कोई भी 2 पॉइंट ले लिया इस पे, ठीक है, और आपने क्या किया, आपने उसमें V बाई I का रेशियो निकाला, है ना। V कहाँ से आ जाएगा, ये आ जाएगा आपका डेल्टा V, और ये आ जाएगा आपका डेल्टा I। सो V बाई I, स्लोप क्या होता है, परपेंडिकुलर अपॉन बेस, सो डेल्टा V अपॉन डेल्टा I यू विल गेट रेजिस्टेंस। और रेजिस्टेंस की वैल्यू आप कोई भी 2 पॉइंट में आप V बाई I निकालोगे तो इसमें हमेशा क्या आएगा, 3 ओम्स आएगा। सो दिस विड बी रेजिस्टेंस। अब बहुत बार क्या होता है, बुक के अंदर जो ग्राफ दिया हुआ है उसके अंदर I को यहाँ पे लिया हुआ है, करंट को Y एक्सिस पे लिया हुआ है, और वोल्टेज को X एक्सिस पे लिया हुआ है। तो अब इसमें भी जो लाइन होगी वो इसी तरीके की होगी, स्ट्रेट लाइन, लेकिन जब आप उसका स्लोप निकालोगे तो उसके अंदर यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, I आएगा, और यहाँ पे क्या आएगा, V आएगा। सो I by V equals to 1 by R. It is reciprocal of resistance. It is reciprocal of resistance, जिसको हम कहते हैं conductance. 1 by R is known as conductance. Right? तो ज़्यादातर हम लोग V बाई I में V को Y एक्सेस पे रखते हैं और I को X एक्सेस पे रखते हैं, क्योंकि इसका स्लोप लेते ही हमारे पास सीधा रेजिस्टेंस की वैल्यू आती है। अगर इस तरीके से आपने ग्राफ बनाया तो भी सही है, ठीक है। I को आपने अगर Y एक्सेस पे रखा है और V को X एक्सेस पे रखा है, लेकिन इसका जब आप स्लोप निकालोगे तो ये क्या होगा, I बाई V होगा, विच इज the reciprocal of resistance, and the reciprocal of resistance is known as conductance, right? So this is known as the experimental verification of Ohm's law.